Walking into school from the parking lot, it's a common sight to see trash and obscure debris. This general litter is not aesthetically pleasing, but besides that superficial point, it is also harmful to organisms in the Brebeuf ecosystem, including red-tailed hawks, beavers, and chipmunks.
Here are some examples of what litter can do to an ecosystem. Plastic ties can be swallowed by native animals and they can choke on them. They can also become stuck on the necks of animals. Aluminum cans that are broken and sharp can cut the paws of animals. Smaller animals can get their heads stuck in the bottles and cans.
We decided that we should do something to prevent this type of harm to the ecosystem. We arrived at Brebeuf with gloves and trash bags. We spent the next hour moving through the parking lot, tennis courts, and parts of the cross-country course to pick up all the trash we saw. Some interesting things we found were pieces of barbed wire and a gas can type of container by the creek. Obviously, these are not things we want lying around in the environment on campus. The most common things we picked up were bottles and food wrappers. When we were done, all the trash was gathered in 2 bags and properly disposed of. Also, to gain more background about the trash at Brebeuf, we conducted a survey and here are the results. 25% of students who took our survey say they use plastic water bottles instead of reusable water bottles more often. 92% of students say that they recycle at school. 59% of students say that they don't litter or do so on purpose. 66% of students on sports teams say that their team does a good job in keeping Brebeuf clean after each use. 56% of students say that they pick up trash and throw it away when possible. 71% of students say that trash on Brebeuf's campus is not a big issue.
All the trash we found was from people that could have picked up after themselves. Your sports team needs to clean up the trash that it uses. Examples of this are picking up zip ties from tennis courts or using reusable water bottles rather than disposable water bottles. If you're watching a sports event, don't throw your trash on the ground. If you see trash around the campus, pick it up and throw it away. People assume that because we have janitors and grounds crews that everything gets picked up. This isn't true. It's everyone's responsibility to make sure that Brebeuf has a clean and healthy campus.
In Pope Francis's inaugural Mass, he stated, "Let us be protectors of creation, protectors of God's plan described in nature, protectors of one another and of the environment." The teachings of the Jesuits say that we are stewards of the environment. This means that it is the responsibility of each and every one of us to clean up trash and care for the earth that God has given us.